I like my house. I think it looks quite good, actually. I think it's a really spectacular house. But I'll be the first to admit, it's a bit out of place. Just a nice, calm little meadow, patch of podzol, tree over here, flower forest, brick house. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it belongs here. So I've tried to work around that. Wait, let's land on here. Boom. So I had this beautiful deep slate and smooth basalt and basalt path, which connects to this little dock over here that I've also designed. I'll come back to that in a second. I want to have more paths, probably over to the farm, and we'll have a bridge connecting myself and bluelunakitty's area over there, which you can see has already begun. Oh, look there she is right there. Anyway, there'll be another path that goes about there, and then maybe even further beyond that. Where are you going? Anyway, that was majestic, and I might even loop it around there as well. This path and this here water dock bridge, I don't know what I'm calling it, this little area that I'm using solely for fishing, yeet, they helped make it feel more like it fits into the area, but it's still not great, I don't think. It just still feels like it's just been plonked on this random area, and I think I have a plan for how I'm going to combat that. Like through here, I should have just gone around the house and going through it, whatever. Anyway, so around here I want to have a garden area that loops around here, maybe even cascades down this slope and loops around the other side of the house maybe, and connects to this terraformed hill down the back here. So that's actually what I'm going to work on now. I've started it in creative a little bit, but for now we're actually going to crack on and build it in survival based on, oh look, it's fish, based on what I've designed. For this I'm going to need a lot of spruce. Like this amount of trapdoors might not even be enough. Oh, almost hit her. How did I miss again? To be completely honest, it's mostly gonna be barrels. 1, 2, 3. Like most of this entire area is just gonna be barrels and spruce trapdoors for a little bit of variation, and then obviously plants. And I want to have a wheat garden. No, I want to have a carrot garden and another carrot garden here. Maybe potato, and then potentially wheat along the sides. Might even find a way to put something in here. Ooh, could do some beetroot right there. That'd be a good way to put in that crop, although it's a pretty useless crop, I'll be completely honest, but still good to have. All of these dugout areas, the 3x3 all the way down to that way, and all the way across here. Oh, that doesn't line up right. That is clearly not the right math at all. Boom. All of those and all the way down there all need to be barrels, and that just shows how many freaking barrels I'm going to need for this. Alright, so I've run through and I've placed all the barrels and the trapdoors I'm going to need. I grossly overestimated the amount of trapdoors I was going to use. I crafted so many, I used barely any, so that's on me. So all the barrels and the trapdoors are in place. This is what the floor's going to look like. It's quite nice. The only thing we're really missing at this point in time is, of course, the garden itself. We need grass, we need farmland, we need water, we need plants, and then we're going to need to terraform because it doesn't actually line up with the terrain as much as I kind of thought it would. So this part here is completely fallen off. So I'm going to have to go through that and make it look nice. And there'll be a staircase here actually to help the transition. I don't have any stairs to help the transition between house and garden area and the actual outside world. That just makes it so much better. So much better. It's glorious now. I've extended the path around here more to meet up with the barrels. Otherwise I wasn't sure exactly how to make that transition, but I think it actually works quite well the way it is. It also fades into the path a lot better than it did before. Alright, we'll have a quick look around the back, and yeah, that just makes it so much better, because I used to walk out here, and it was just grass, as far as the eye could see. That's not what I want. I love that there's a garden here. All the carrots look so good, all the potatoes look good. They're all fully grown. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them as fully grown forever, or if I'll harvest them eventually, and take some of them and replant, but I'm not sure how we'll go with that. We still have that crop farm that bluelunakitty over there designed. So I don't think I'll need to use my own crop farms. I think they're just here for aesthetics, but if I need to use them, they are right here. So yeah, I've got wheat along the sides, which look glorious, fully grown. I love that. And beetroot tucked in the corner over here. I think that's a really good detail, especially with the beetroot there. It brings it together so nice with all the colors, and I love the floor. I love it. It's so good. I also added this window in over here, which makes it so much better. I like that I can see in, which that's kind of not really why it's there, but it's a handy little thing. So if I come through here, it gives more purpose to this butchering table sort of here. Otherwise it was just bricks, and it was kind of like, why? Like there's a window over here, sure, but what about over there? And now I get to see the wheat and the beetroot, and I get to watch the sunset. That is perfect timing for that. Let's do a cheeky fly around to show this area fully. It's not done yet, but oh, look at that. That is just so nice, isn't it? Oh, it's gonna look so much better without all this stuff here, but that'll get moved eventually. I also have this staircase down here. This is exactly how it was always gonna go, with the double trapdoor. It looks so good. I love it. With the depth, it just, oh, I love it so much. It's ridiculous, but it just looks so good. That might get the same treatment. The only issue is that I got my chests here, so that might have to stay like this until I get my storage system done, or I could just move all my chests, which would be a hassle, but oh, I didn't need to open that. It might have to be the way to go. But for the other side, we should be all good to do whatever we need to, because there's nothing else in the way. So I'll try to terraform it down, make it look nice, so that it looks really clean, that I can, this will be the test run, and then if I like that, then I'll do it on the other side. Otherwise I'll just give a few more tests, and down here is going to be a bit of a, might even slope from up there. That could look good, just so it doesn't look too harsh, but it needs to have something, definitely. And oh, I'm missing some stairs here. Wow, that's poor attention to detail. So my plan for right now is to grab a bunch of dirt so I can build the slope, and then I'm going to do some bone mealing to add some grass everywhere. Not the too tall to get disgusting, everyone hates it, but the one tall and some flowers in there, that could look really good, I think, and even more connect the house to the surrounding areas. And I'm loving it. I'm loving how it's turning out. I don't love the bridge as much, but it's still quite nice at the same time. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't fully appreciate my Silk Touch Efficiency 5 shovel now that I've got it back. For so long, and by so long I mean like 3 days to be fair, I didn't have a god shovel. And what was I doing? What a miserable life that is without a god tool, and a god axe, and a god pickaxe. But it's the shovel that really does all the difference. Yeah, you can't instant mine dirt. Like that's insulting. That is devastating when you can't instant mine dirt and sand and gravel. I actually think that's quite nice. Quite a solid transition. It's difficult to terraform. I'm so bad at it. It's one of my things that I can't do. I just cannot figure out terraforming. This part I don't love as much, but I'm just gonna get over it because I don't really care. I think the rest of it looks really nice. Like the garden is the focal point. You don't walk outside and go, oh, look at the grass. You go outside and go, oh, look at the potatoes and the carrots and the wheat and the beetroot. But it still doesn't look perfect. I'm hoping that a bit of bone meal and some grass and maybe even a few flowers here and there will help bring this area more together. Because I've spent so much of my time on this server just destroying every single blade of grass that I saw in front of my house. And now I'm regretting it because there's blades of grass everywhere over there and nothing in front of my house. Except for this one, I just bone mealed. But I'll work on that now. I think that's better. There can't be any grass in this sort of line here because the trapdoors are in the way, unfortunately. But other than that line, I think it looks quite nice. I've also spent some... Oh, I better bone meal up here real quick and make it look nice. Because it just... I don't know. It doesn't feel as good as I expected it to. Maybe it's because I'm destroying all the flowers. Maybe I need to keep the flowers where they are. But I don't love those flowers. Dandelions are like... I don't like... Actually, the yellow could look really good against the wheat. So let's just smack down a bunch of dandelions all over the place. And I'm hoping that this will make the difference that I'm really, really hoping for. Nah, they're too random. I need to have clusters of a certain color rather than all of them, you know, sporadically spread out wherever I just randomly place them. I think if I had a couple next to each other, maybe a couple of blues somewhere else, a couple of, I almost said green. I don't think, are there any green flowers? I don't think so. A couple of reds, whatever. That looks alright. If I do something like, boom, that could work. And then another one there, connected to something like that. Okay, and then if we grab the blue ones, boom. Alright, 2 blues there. Bam, bing bong. Get one there. Smack it. Oh, okay. It was going to go down the slope, but I ran out. So, how does that look though? That's definitely better with less randomization of it. With the actual structure of, okay, red flowers go with red flowers, yellow goes with yellow. It looks so much nicer. Let's do a fly around. I tried to fly with my meat. That does not sound right. That looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Because that's how they are in nature. They're not just random. They're pretty all together, essentially. So no anymore. flowers. But there are a bunch of red ones over in my flower forest over here. I might even try to mix in some other flowers as well. Like instead of just the yellow ones being all together, I might even do some yellow and orange. Yellow and orange might be a bit of a stretch, but for the red ones, I might do some tulips as well. Those are tulips, yeah. Yeah, what are those? Poppies. Right, okay. That's confusing a little bit. These ones are the white ones that I like. I'll try to put these in, because they're I don't know. I don't know what are they? What are they? Yeah, Lily of the Valley. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but I just like them. I look at them so much. I think that works. I think that looks quite solid. There's clusters of red, there's clusters of yellow, there's clusters of blue. There's even a couple of white ones in there that I've put in randomly. No, these two are close together. And there's purple there. Might have another purple around there-ish. Oh, I'll probably replace that red right there with the purple. And then that side, I'll have to try to fade it in more over here. Because I haven't got any flowers for the rest of the biome. Well, not the rest of the biome, but for ages I don't have anything. I want to go around this area and replace the occasional dirt block, grass block with, oh, that's a rocket, with a torch and a moss carpet. Can I see that from over here? Is it noticeable? Only if I'm really looking out for it. If I'm just walking, then if I go over it, I'll probably notice it, but otherwise, no, which is good. Alright, I managed to scrap together just over a stack of bones, which should be enough bone meal to, actually, I really like this area. I left and come back, and I think it's looked really good. There should be enough to fill this area in, and have some for the back as well, because the back isn't phenomenal. That's actually most of the house done now. I'm actually really satisfied with how these gardens come along. I went out further than I expected to, but it makes it look really good. And I've taken away some of the veins of the flowers because it was a bit too much, a bit chaotic. As you can see on the map, it's a lot better now, and you can definitely see the clusters that are evident. That one has a yellow one, that's interesting. I've also added a bunch of moss and even the azalea trees. Well, azalea saplings. I don't believe they grow into trees unless you bone meal them, so we should be okay. Even if they do, I think they'd make some nice trees, so I might even do that. But the flowering ones look better, but I haven't got as many of those. So I had to use a bunch of the normal ones. But it actually looks really good. Really good, especially from the back. Like, it just, oh, that porch fade off, it just looks so good. So it still looks good. Except for on this side right here, because I haven't done anything, because I can't do anything, because I can't terraform, because I can't put the chests anywhere. So that's what I'm going to do next. So thank you very much for watching, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.